Welcome back, Flipboard fam. This is your favorite coach, Coach Jeffrey, and I'm back, ready to get started. We're going to talk about something that is going on in schools. Yep, good old bias. On today's episode, I recently came across a viral TikTok that forced me to address something that we don't really talk about. It's not really policy, it's not paperwork, it's bias. Yep, bias. This particular video that I'm going to play has centered around Brian and a kindergarten teacher and a conversation about immigrant families, belonging, and who we think fits in a school community. It sparks a wave of reactions. Some are supportive and some uncomfortable. But that discomfort matters. Let's be honest, teachers and principals are human. Humans carry assumptions, but schools are no place for unchecked bias. Not subtle bias, not quiet bias, not just asking questions bias. In this episode, we unpack the hidden truth that many educators don't want to name out loud, how personal beliefs show up in professional spaces, how sarcasm, suspicion, and silence can shape a school culture, and what it really means to create safe places where every child and every family belongs. This is not about politics, it's about leadership, it's about responsibility, and it's about what kind of schools are we building. So like we always do about this time, let's collaborate, communicate, and educate with the best educators in the world right here on the Flipboard EDU podcast.
I have my own hotline for reporting illegal immigrants, and people call it thinking that it's legitimate. I talked to a kindergarten teacher that wants to deport the parents of a kindergartner at her school. And it looks like they have a child who was born in New York, which makes them an American citizen.
Yeah.
So we're looking to deport the parents and leave the child.
Right. Like I said, I don't know if they're here illegally. I just think it's odd, It's very odd.
What did you say was odd?
It's just odd for them to even be here. Like, I'm a teacher at a school. Okay, I know schools. I know the whole law about schools. I mean, they seem like nice people or whatever, but I looked them up in our files, and I was like, oh, she was born in Honduras, and he's born in El Salvador. So right there, it's like, okay, maybe I'm on the right path. They drop off their kid every day.
So their kid is their kid a student at your school?
Yes. Yes.
One of your
kindergarten.
Okay, so now you want to get his parents deported?
Well, I'm just saying that if they're taking up resources from our county,
okay.
I'm not into illegal people being here.
I mean, if the son's in kindergarten, what, is 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, he's probably like 5 or 6.
And they was born in New York, so that means, assumingly they've been in America for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go ahead and just remove them.
Are you like questioning that, or what do you know?
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just writing this down for my own personal notes, and my supervisor teaches at school wants kindergarten child's parents deported.
You make it sound terrible. You make it sound like it's terrible, but...
Oh, well, I'm just writing down what you're telling me.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay.
Sounds terrible. Let's see, I can write that down too, I guess. And that's Hispanic in an area where you wouldn't normally see Hispanics. Okay.
Right. Like people that are born in another country.
Yeah. Because you normally see those people where?
Like in the cities.
Got it. Okay. So we were able to confirm that they are documented citizens along with their child.
Oh, good. Why are you talking to me like this?
Say again?
Why do you talk to me like this?
I'm sorry, what are you referring to?
Like you're like sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just thought that maybe you'd be okay and just happy that the people that you reported were actually here legally and that they belong. Just like you and me.
Did I talk to your supervisor? You said you are the supervisor.
Yeah.
I am happy, but I'm not happy with your attitude. You just said to me, the 6-year-old won't be a threat to national security.
Yeah.
That's sarcastic.
I would think that the people that were deporting, especially 6-year-olds, that there would be a good reason for it.
I was talking about the people who I thought they're illegal because they were born in a different country. I can't help that they have a 6-year-old. That's on them.
You know what we'll do? I'll get in touch with the supervisor. I send him a text. When he gets back to me, I'll see if he can follow up with you and this.
And what is his name?
His name is Brian. But yeah, thought you'd be happy to know that they're documented, but we'll have the
I am happy. I'm super happy. I'm glad. That's wonderful.
Well, it's good. The 6-year-old can stay in the school, and I know it's tough looking at him. But yeah, we'll get on my supervisor. Just can give you a call back in a little bit. My understudy here said that you were having some issues with him about some out of place Hispanics.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
You sound exactly like Greg. Okay. I just didn't like his attitude.
I really do apologize for that. It looks like Brian said we did confirm the document status of these individuals, and we're happy we were able to do that for you despite the sarcasm and the things that you're complaining about.
I'm glad that they're fine, but he was like criticizing me because there was a 6-year-old boy involved. You know what I mean? But he's like acting like I'm this terrible person because I'm going to deport a 6-year-old. And in fact, he goes today, because a 6-year-old would be a threat to national security.
This story is out of control. And I want to go through the legal aspects of what a teacher can do and what they can't do. What are the rights of the parents? What are the rights of the students that are in the classroom while they are at the school, whether they're in the country, what you may feel to be illegally. You never can tell just by looking at people. So I'm going to go through a little screen sharing situation so we can see what people's rights are. Like, you got to know the law. I think the law is super duper important. So the classrooms and the borders. Very important to know the difference that classrooms are not borders, okay? And have a different enforcement with a different level of agencies that actually govern these two entities. So when an internal threat happens in a classroom, this breach of the classroom, that can cause a school to react in a certain way. But when that breach is a governmental breach, then it has to be operated in a totally different way. So just to recap, this particular kindergarten teacher decided that she wanted to call ICE on some parents who she said that the student in her class, when she went to go look at the parents' records, that they were from the Honduras and the other one was from another country, and she wanted to make sure that they wasn't taking up the resources of the state. That's not that teacher's job in order to do that, as she's definitely overstepped. The ethics violations that she actually really infringed on is she discriminated, number one, against the student. As a teacher, we should refrain from professional activity that may lead to reducing one's effectiveness. And that's when the teacher targets family based on their national origin. It's the same thing if we're talking about race in black and white, or Asian, Asio-African, any one of those things. You can't do that. Data misuse, she went to go look up the records for the student and the parent. So she did not protect the confidentiality of the student's records. She's a classroom teacher, so she does not have access to those records as far as where the parents were from. It has nothing to do with the academic lesson and structures that she's teaching within her classroom on a daily basis. But she didn't do it for educational purposes. That is data misuse. That is unethical. And then she was advocating to have a student to become orphaned if the parents were considered to be an illegal person. They would have attempted to deport the primary caregivers, and therefore that kid would have been homeless, and so that kid would have been a ward of state. This is not fair. There is a court case that happened. It is the Plyler versus Doe. It happened in 1982. So that was a very long time ago. I think Ronald Reagan was president. And it says schools cannot deny admission to another student based on immigration status. Schools cannot require disclosure of immigration status as a condition of enrollment. Schools cannot engage in chilling practices that discourage enrollment. And this right extends to all K-12 public schools, regardless of age. Not sure she worked at a charter school or a private school, but this ruling was in the 1980s for public schools. So what happened with the violation, how she even got there, being on the phone, reporting to a government agency, so she thought was a government agency, that she used personally identifiable information when speaking about the young student. And she didn't get the parents' permission when she shared that information. And the only way you can do that is if you are subpoenaed or if you have a judicial order. So FERPA explicitly supersedes state laws in attempting to mandate the release of protected data. And the students, the parents, and the students' rights are protected under FERPA. Her credentials did not allow her to access that or to even involve herself in that. And then let's say ICE comes to your school. Let's say you don't know what to do in that particular situation. There are two different warrants. ICE is a federal government institution and it does trump the state. However, there is a certain compliance that they have to maintain. So the scope of theirs is a civil immigration enforcement warrant. Then you cannot let them have private entry into private areas. So they can be in a main conference room. They cannot be in a main area. They cannot be in a classroom with students and pull them out of classrooms because that is unsafe and not proper and correct. As of January 25th, the protected area designation for schools, it was rescinded. So there's no longer a federal guarantee that ICE will avoid schools, bus stops, or school events. That's sad. However, silence, it fuels fear. So you got to be careful about that. Communication, we do not ask. Enrollment does not require the status of disclosure. Just keep your mouth shut. We do not share. Data is protected by FERPA. And so because it's protected by FERPA, it should not be shared. And the schoolhouse is safe. We do not cooperate without warrants. And there's a specific type of warrant that you need to have. And then your immediate response should be to call the superintendent and then to locate a lawyer, which the superintendent will probably do as well. Hey, you got to know your rights, okay? The citizens in the city got to know their rights. The teachers and students and administrators have to know their rights. This is something that should be talked about in schools simply because there is bias. I think that communication is a major insight to helping things get better. And if you're not communicating, then you are not making headway on the things that you have to. So my advice again is, as a school leader, our duty remains true, is to provide every child with a learning environment, common sense, and reason so that we can protect these students and protect our families. So what do we learn from this situation? I thought I grew up in the America where we were the land of the free, home of the brave. And I think that we have to be brave when we are facing situations like this. Children need to be protected. I want to thank Brian Palmer from Palmer Trolls for making that video. I think it gave us really good discussions today. The education landscape will have unprecedented innovation and creativity. With original ideas flourishing everywhere, educators can look forward to being engaged in more meaningful ways than ever before. Thanks to authentic approaches that provide just the right dose of individuality and imagination. At the same time, ethical considerations will become increasingly more important. So you have my word that I will stay fresh, original, and authentic. So like we always do about this time, let's collaborate, communicate, and educate with the best educators in the world right here on Flipboard EDU Podcast. Flipboard fam, thanks for sticking with me on this episode. As we wrap up this episode of the Flipboard EDU Podcast, we want to remind everyone about the importance of empathy and understanding in our schools and communities. Today's conversations highlighted how easily assumptions can be made about others based on where they're from or how they look. But as we saw, documentation status and belonging are not always what they seem, and every family deserves respect and fair treatment. Let's continue to build classrooms and neighborhoods where curiosity and care comes before judgment. If this conversation sparked a question or strong feelings, don't hesitate to share your thoughts with me. Share what you want and let's talk about it. Stay engaged, stay informed, and most of all, strive to see the humanity in every student, parent, and educator you meet. So thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe because we're found everywhere. Share this episode and connect with us on social media for more thought-provoking discussions on the Flipboard EDU podcast. Also look for us on Flipboard. Every story is a plus.